starting here with this month-end Tellanraion cener. We had some big events, some big-time season enders, new show premieres, and new show premieres, and some highlights of, and maybe some highlights particular special. Let's start with the enders. First off, we have a 1 hour finale of The Last Airbender, The Legend of Korra. And there's some major highlights in there. Here's some of the highlights of that week. And Armand thinks he won by taking over Republic City. While Korra and her friends end up going underground, even though the Allied forces are closing in. The Eagles have their own ace up their sleeves with a bomb barrage. However, Korra managed to save General Aizo, a descendant of Zuko, probably the previous Fire Lord, and unfortunately deceased on current times, and managed to prevent reinforcements from coming into an ant trap. And then they divide the teams. Aizo will lead, a small group of 3 to take out all the aerials. But Korra thinks it's tired of running and hiding, and time to bring the fight to Armand. But while infiltrating the occupied airbending temple, they stumble onto a major discovery. Found that Tarlok was in the highest tower. But here's another thing. The true identity of Armand was his brother, Noatok. A few years ago, after Carter was have his bending removed, he seemed to end up back in the Northern tribe, then having 2 children, Noatok, and then 2 tons. Well, and then the other one 3 years later. Just that have been trained to airbend, but then things move in different, been separated. While the oldest went into the Arctic, while the other one ended up staying with his father. Well, it knows that he was, his friend, although his ghost still haunts him. And wants them to, and he's questioning Avatar Korra and this sad story. However, he has something to back up his lies. Any chance it might be fake? Capture the rest of the 10 of the Air Clan, while keeping mother and the child in prison. But elsewhere, Aizo and his team ends up confined. Although Azan did admit that he did cause such great wrongs. Although he got what's coming to him. A pure shocker. However, which things are going on with good with Korra, unfortunately Oman, as they took her bending.
However,
His lieutenant saw the whole thing. He saw that he can blood bend and know that Cora was telling the truth. Even though Marcus managed to be able to say break Noah from his grip, and managed to get Cora out of there. But when Amon's about to take Marcus's airbending away, this happens. But that was the first shot. The next gust knocks him out of the window and into the drink and out, showing how big of a liar he is. And I bet it doesn't suit well with his followers. Even though Noah Tuck managed to try to at least go straight, what deems necessary is this. But that's probably only something that we were allowed to see. Don't know, although they're probably, but we may not see them again. However, things ain't always what's expected to be. Although he's feeling, Cora's feeling a loss per se of it, since she cannot be the Avatar anymore. The only thing she was left is the airbend. Well, when he's alone, he thought it was a Tenzin there, but actually it was Avatar Ain't Tenzin's ancestor. Now I know they're saying that Tenzin is Aang's son, but by current age, he could have been at least 182 years old. Well, he was frozen for 100 years when the beginning of the 100-Year War began. Anyway, it's just like and then say now show Cora a way that not only that restores her bending, so not only her bending, but teach us the ability on how to return what was stolen. And be questioning at the end of book 1. Like when General Iso in front of the Avatar statue, you always been looking out for me, Aang. Something tells me he's more than he appears. And will book 2 be a time jump from this previous incident? Well, like the second season of Young Justice was. But there's one thing. We may see the Noatog and his brothers go up and smoke. But we may not see the last of the Amon mask. Obvious reasons. We may at least see some copycats. A copycat in book 2, or something else. And before I move on to the next season finale, let me just put something on save bracket for future generation of The Last Airbender. Do you think any of the Acrobat shows like the beginning of the first season cartoons and vice versa? Oh, I'm saying that we might be in a loop, only we might end up seeing the live action versions of the season 1 cartoon and the cartoon versions of the season 1 episodes. Probably add something that probably they wouldn't be able to put in the other in one another. But that's my opinion for. But that's just my opinion what season 2 might be. Although some people like to seem to see them, see say certain episodes to say to have them play a certain song, some of their great songs from past Aquabat albums. Although some of them I'd like to see the season 1 DVD to come out. Even if they do, they might at least add a album to that from the songs they perform on the show. Yeah, that seems to be a good idea. Yeah.